When it comes to the Nintendo Switch, Activision has been a bit of a curious company. You would think that they would be going all in with this system. True, they got kind of burned on the Wii U, but with the Nintendo Switch, everything seems to be selling really well, from the hardware to the software, and they're starting to see that with their one game that they actually have on the platform that's actually good. And that would be the Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy, which recently released for the Nintendo Switch and the Xbox One. And for the past 2 weeks, it's actually been the #1 selling game in the UK. It's the fastest selling game in the UK for the Nintendo Switch in 2018, beating out Nintendo entries like Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition, Mario Tennis, and more. So Activision has been seeing some success with the Nintendo Switch so far. But when Spyro Reignited was announced for the PS4 and the Xbox One, a lot of people were like, where is the Nintendo Switch version of this game? Sure, a lot of people port beg for Nintendo Switch games. It seems like every game that comes out, everyone's like, yo, where's the Switch version at? But it kind of makes sense to some degree because the portability of the system is really nice. But is Spyro Reignited actually coming to the Nintendo Switch? Is there actually evidence out there that shows that this game will end up on the Nintendo Switch eventually? Sit back, relax, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and let's dig into Spyro Reignited possibly coming to the Nintendo Switch.
Hey, RGT 85. Hey, Sean.
Oh my God, it's Stevie Richards!
To be perfectly honest with you guys, my Spyro knowledge is a bit limited. I actually rented the first game with a friend when I was in 8th grade, and we played the game and we enjoyed it. We actually called him Spermo the Dragon because we were in 8th grade and we were immature, and I still kind of call him Spermo from time to time. But we had fun with the first game. I did not own a PS1 growing up until I was older, so I never actually got to experience the full trilogy of Spyro original games. Similar to how I never experienced the full trilogy of Crash Bandicoot games. We rented the first Crash Bandicoot game, we had fun with it, but since then I've actually been playing the Crash Insane Trilogy on my Nintendo Switch, and I've absolutely fallen in love with Crash Bandicoot 3. I would say I would put that in one of my top 20 favorite games of all time.
But I will say that this game has been, oh damn you, so much more enjoyable than I thought it would be. Not saying that I didn't think the Crash collection would be good, like I thought the games would be fun, but like Crash 3 itself is like such a good freaking game.
It's so good. There's so much fun to have in that game. The platforming is really precise. There's tons of deviations like racing missions and side-scrolling missions where you're underwater. The boss battles are creative. An absolutely fantastic game. So I feel like maybe I missed out with Spyro as well. And the Reignited trilogy is coming out this fall to the PS4 and the Xbox One. And of course I'm going to play it on one of those systems because I own all the systems. But I still would have liked to seen a Nintendo Switch version of the game. But like I said, is a potential Nintendo Switch version of this game actually coming? I don't know much about Spyro, but and I know a guy who does. His name is Jordan Fringe. He makes a lot of Spyro videos. He's pretty much obsessed with Spyro, and I teamed up with him for this video. He actually has some inside information. I'm pretty sure Activision shows up at his house for like Thanksgiving and Christmas because they're so tight. So Jordan, take it away. Tell me what you know about Spyro possibly coming to the Nintendo Switch.
Hi everyone, my name is Jordan Fringe, and if you can't tell, I really like Spyro. As a quick insight as to why I care so much about Spyro, it was a game that shaped my childhood, it's a game that I play every year, it's a game that I bonded over playing it with my dad growing up, and it's a game that I just love, and I've been asking for this remaster for a long time, and I'm really glad that we're finally getting it. It's a cheesy 3D platformer that captured my heart when I was young, and it still captures me to this day. So why should a game like Spyro have the Reignited trilogy come out on the Switch? Well, we just saw the release of Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy come to the Switch, and the sales for that have been, well, insane. And while there has been Spyro games that have been on the Nintendo platform, the original trilogy has never been seen outside of the PlayStation 1. And with its main release coming to both the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One, it kind of seems like a no-brainer to bring this game to the Nintendo Switch to give it a whole new audience of all the Switch owners who really want to play this game anywhere they want. Now, why do I think the Spyro Reignited trilogy is going to be coming to the Nintendo Switch? Well, I actually did a video on this, kind of covering my thoughts on everything of why and when it will be coming to the Switch, because at E3, I actually had a chance to hang out with Toys for Bob, which are the creators of the game, and discuss stuff like this. And one of the questions I asked them is, well, why is there no Switch version? And if there is, when is it coming out? And I went over their answer, and the basic thing that I was told is that when they started developing these games, they weren't given the green light to make it for the Switch. It was more of the Switch was just going out with developer kits, and Activision at the time, well, their relationship with Nintendo wasn't great after what happened with the Wii U, so they wanted to focus their efforts on making the game for the current gen consoles, excluding Nintendo. And as they were making this game, obviously the Nintendo Switch got insanely popular, it's been doing really well, and well, everyone wants their game on the Nintendo Switch. But right now they are focused on making sure that the Spyro games are 100% perfect. Making sure both fans and newcomers alike really enjoy this game. They're trying to make it as perfect to the originals as possible and making it shine as bright as they can. And once they have that perfect version that they're going for, that's when they can focus on putting it on the Nintendo Switch. And instead of just having it out on the Switch at launch, which would kind of take them away from making the game right now and kind of focus some efforts on porting it, you're either going to have the Spyro game come out with some issues and at least have it on the Switch, or they're going to rush the port, have it great on other consoles, and the Switch port kind of being, well, lackluster. So they have expressed that yes, of course they want it on the Nintendo Switch, and after seeing how well Crash is doing on the Nintendo Switch, Activision wants it on the Switch just as badly. And I think the time frame they're going for post-release is going to be about 6 to 8 months at the longest to get this game on the Nintendo Switch. I don't think they're gonna wait a year till next September just to release it out on the Nintendo Switch. They're gonna want this thing out maybe around the holidays this year, maybe really early next year when there isn't too much, so a lot of people can either double dip and get it on the Switch like myself so I can take it on the go, or anyone who has a Nintendo Switch who hasn't had a chance to play it can finally pick it up. To me, having this game on the Nintendo Switch kind of seems like a no-brainer. For every Nintendo Switch owner, you probably have Super Mario Odyssey, which is, well, the best platformer on the console in my opinion, and to have another open world platformer that allows you for a whole new experience, maybe you've never played Spyro, this is something that is going to be a huge hit, a huge seller. It's still a family-friendly game, but it's a very, very fun game that everyone can play. And the ability to have this game on the Switch to finally take Spyro on the go, I'm not talking about getting the PlayStation 1 classics, having them on your Vita and playing it that way, but a brand new, full-made Spyro game of the original 3 games in Unreal Engine on the go, that's just smart.
So Jordan brings up a bunch of good points about this. Obviously, this game was probably in development way before the Nintendo Switch was even successful, and way before there was a market for the Nintendo Switch. Since it's using Unreal Engine, it shouldn't be that difficult to port the game over. However, since it was originally developed for the PS4 and the Xbox One in mind, it makes sense for them to take their time with those versions of the game and then port it over. We saw them do that with Crash Insane Trilogy. True, Crash Insane Trilogy did have a timed exclusive on the PS4, but I still think that the game would have taken a bit longer to come out on the Xbox One and the Nintendo Switch, as obviously the PS4 was the system it was designed for. And honestly, it was kind of worth the wait. While PS4 owners got to enjoy it last year, I myself never picked it up on my PS4. I've been enjoying it on my Nintendo Switch. Xbox One owners are enjoying it on the Xbox One, so I can kind of foresee this happening with Spyro as well. I think if they wait too long though, the window might close on that game and the market may close, because you don't know what the future of the Nintendo Switch holds when it comes to other games. But I think Spyro has a really good market on the Nintendo Switch. And with Jordan's analysis and his talkings with actual people that worked on the game, I could definitely foresee this game being announced maybe on a Nintendo Direct and then coming out, you know, maybe around the holiday or maybe a little bit later, early spring 2019. So pretty cool stuff there. I want to thank Jordan for coming on the channel and dropping his knowledge of Spyro. Jordan, do your little outro, buddy.
I want to say a huge thank you to Sean for letting me be here on his channel. My name is Jordan Fringe. I love talking about Spyro, as you can clearly tell, and I'm probably going to go make my own Spyro video talking about something Spyro related. Okay.
And make sure you guys head on over to Jordan's channel. Make sure you subscribe and check out his other videos. I actually just did a video with Jordan on his channel talking about one of my favorite game characters of all time, Solid Snake. We look at the back history of Solid Snake, how he came to be, and how he came to be one of the most iconic characters of all time. So make sure you guys check out that video. Go show Jordan some love, and let me know what you think about this situation in the comments section down below. Would you like to see Spyro come to the Nintendo Switch? Do you feel that it's going to come to the Nintendo Switch like Jordan said with his talkings with the companies making the game? And as always, thank you for watching this video. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications. Check out other videos on the channel. We just did a Sonic Mania Plus review this morning. It's doing very well. You guys seem very interested in that game. So check out other videos. Check out Jordan's channel. Subscribe to Jordan's channel. Subscribe to this channel. Subscribe to all the channels you want. And I will catch you guys on the next video. Later.